after the First World War in 1918, so in 1921, what had happened was a lot of young men had died in the war. So there was sort of a shortage of workers, industrial workers, agriculture, so everything was a wee bit sort of sparse. But what we did have was, we did have spuds. So this is a potato called an Arran Victory that was sort of developed in 1918 on the island of Arran to celebrate the end of the war. This is one of my favourite spuds in the world. It's grown by Galbraith brothers outside Coleraine. And look, this is never going to make it to supermarkets. Nice, good, proper, knobbly, not uniform size. So they're black with the muck. So we'll just cut into this a wee bit, and we're going to, you sort of see that lovely kind of purple there. I mean, this is, for an eaten potato, this is one of my favourite potatoes. The other one would be the Sharps Express. So this is so anyway, I'm going to take it up to the 21st century because I like a Japanese gadget. So this is a Japanese slicer. So it's usually used for daikon radish, but I found it's quite good for spuds, so why not? So the spuds a wee bit big, I think. So I'm just going to take this out. So this is nice and got a lovely bit of a spud here. So what we're going to do is just brush that with some butter. Okay, just nice bit of butter the whole way around. And we're going to season it with some of our smoked North Coast dulce, so made by Rory Morrison. So lovely with potatoes, absolutely beautiful. So we'll start up here and we'll just roll that along there. So just keep rolling, nice and tight. More butter, more dulce. Okay, just going to trim this off. Where would it be without butcher's string? Right, just tie that round here. So we're just going to cook this down just in a nice and tight here. There. The pan nice and hot. So you sort of see that kind of layers in that there. Nearly looks like a croissant. So it's just going to cook this down into a nice wee. Maybe take another wee bit of string there, just make it nice and tight. Right, so you got that really nice and tight there, and you can sort of see all the wee layers of the dulce, and we've got the nice spud in there. So again, a bit of the rapeseed oil. Not going to season this with salt because the dulce does a really good job of seasoning. So just a wee bit of a pat dry there. Okay, so pumping hot pan there, nice and smoky. Just put your spud in. Lovely. So we'll get that nice and golden. Then we'll hit it with a wee bit of butter, and I'm going to just fire that into the oven and let that just crisp up for me. But the smoked dulce, great way of cutting down your salt. If you want to season things, I use it for everything. I use it for some ling, but I also use it for cooking for vegetables. If you're cooking for vegans, it actually gives it sort of a taste of nearly like smoked bacon. So it's fabulous. Lovely with lamb as well. So some of our lovely red spark lamb from the Taste Causeway, absolutely beautiful with that. Let's have a wee look at this now. So you see it's starting to get lovely and golden there. There we are. So just that's great now. So we'll just sort of see that there sort of coming up. This won't take too long to cook, but I'm just going to fire a wee bit of butter into that there. Just into the sides. I'm just going to fire the whole thing into the oven here and let it cook down nicely. But already sort of feel that lovely sort of crisp, you know, nice getting there like a really polished chip. There. So spuds in the oven. I'm going to cook the ling now. So ling, very traditional fish from around the north coast, and we would have a lot of the time salted it in the way that a lot of cultures salt cod. So we would have salted ling. So just because this pan is probably not as non-stick as I would like it to be, I'm putting a wee bit of parchment paper down there, sort of an insurance policy. I've got a nice bit of fillet of ling here. I'm just going to put a bit of seasoning on it. And then just into the pan. Okay, so we'll just let that cook down nicely. A wee bit of salt on the other side there. Okay, just going to let that cook down, and at the very end I've just got some lovely local leeks, and we're just going to cook them quite quickly in butter and some of Leona's oil as well. So just again, just in the pan here when you're cooking the fish, you can sort of see it coming cooking up that way, and this is stuff that's sticking as well. And then we're going to fire a wee bit of butter in at the end, but we'll just I'm going to turn the heat down on this now that it's got a nice seal on it, and just let that cook down, and then we'll flip it over, throw in a wee bit of butter, and then we'll just get the leeks fired in, take the paper out, and that'll be us. So they've taken the paper away. My butter's starting to brown. I put a wee bit of butter in, it's starting to brown, so just add the leeks. Okay, so that's just to let that cook down. It's not too. Now just to give a bit of acidity, this is just some dulce that I've pickled. So just add a bit of that. So just all you do is just make a basic pickling liquor. So dulce, so that'll be 1 part water, 1 part vinegar, half a part sugar, and then some no salt, because the dulce is naturally salty. So and the smell of that is absolutely lovely when it just hits those leeks. So it's really gives it a lovely savoury sort of acidic punch to that. Right, so I'm going to turn the heat off on that, and then just add another wee bit of butter into that, just to sort of, and we're going to use that sort of to dress it really, so it will sort of take up there. Now I'm going to have a wee look at our let's get the rest of this wee pickled dulce in here. I'll just have a wee look at the rest of our wee potato here. So potato and dulce, again smoked dulce. So this looks pretty ready here. So we've got nice golden there and that. Let that rest a wee second. Let this rest a wee second. So that's that ready. That's our regular dulce. So that's just the dulce as it comes, so that's quite chewy. And that's part of the beauty of it. So, you know, have a good old chew at that when you're at the seaside, but when you pickle it, it makes it so soft. Right, so what we'll do is a pair of scissors and just cut our string away from the potato. Okay. So that's our little potato with our smoked dulce in there. And we'll just take our, so that's butter's melted in there nicely. So just take a wee bit of the leek and the pickled dulce there. Lovely. Take our ling, a wee bit crumbly, but that just goes there. Smells really good. And then just when I was coming around the corner this morning, I saw that Leona had some lovely chives. So I'll just take a few of the wee chives here, and we'll just do these. So it's sort of because we're sort of on the coast here, the chives. So they seem to be really thriving at the moment too. So nice, finely diced, or finely cut rather, of our nice wee chives there, and that just over the top of our ling. And then the flowers, you can eat the flowers, not in one go, but if you take those wee, just a wee tiny florets off that, and you just get this lovely wee pop of onion, and also they look beautiful, don't they? I remember being at somebody was doing a dinner one night, and he'd put the whole flower, and he said to people at the dinner, well, you can eat the flowers. So they were all sitting, you know, so it's like eating a fir ball. But anyway, so a wee bit of Leona's oil just to sort of mix in with that nice butter. A wee bit of oil over the top of that there, and that's our potato and ling dish. So we've got the lovely we've got the potato that we cook with the butter and the smoked dulce, just nice and finely sort of sliced and cooked it together. We've got our lovely ling from off the north coast. We've got our leeks from actually from McGilligan. We've got that nice pickled dulce in there just to give it a nice bit of zing, and then our lovely oniony chive flowers from the garden here at Quilly House.